At this step, we will set the display of the door opening symbol for the elevations and sections views. It can be drawn with the simple lines. First, let's figure out what kind of tools Revit has for the line drawing. There is a tool called Model Line on the Create tab. Let's build such a line. Also, on the same tab, there is a Reference Line tool. We need it to create a family markup when instead of a reference plane, we need an object with the start and the end points. The reference line placed in the family editor will not be displayed in the project. Such lines will not suit us for the opening symbol creation. Another tool for drawing lines is present on the Annotate tab. It's called Symbolic Line. In general, the Annotate tab contains tools for constructing 2D elements we need to design drawings or to form flat conventional graphic symbols for 3D objects. That is exactly what we need now. Let's create one symbolic line. If we select it, we can find the model or symbolic parameter in its properties. The value symbolic lines is specified here. If we select a model line, then the value model lines will be indicated here. You can convert a symbolic line to a model line and vice versa. Let's try to do it. Activate the Convert Lines command on the ribbon. Revit converted one line. Let's check. Now it's symbolic lines, and undo this command. How does the symbolic line differ from the model one? To find this out, let's go to the 3D view. We can only see one line here. This is the model one. That is, the model line is actually a model object, and it is displayed in all views. The symbolic line, on the other hand, is a drawing design element. It doesn't belong to the model, and it's displayed only in the view it has been placed in. Symbolic lines are better in our case, but I will delete both from the floor plan. Let's go to the Placement Site Elevation view and draw a couple of lines here. Go to the Annotate tab and select the Symbolic Line command. Let's start building from the bottom of the door. Draw a diagonal to an arbitrary point on the opposite side of the door panel, and then draw a diagonal from this point to the door panel top. Then draw a similar symbol in the other direction. Now we will attach the breakpoints to the middle of the opening. Let's do it through a chain of dimensions. And set an equivalent dependency. Do the same for the second couple of lines. Let's check how everything works. Let's arbitrarily change the opening dimensions. We can see that the door opening symbols have been rearranged correctly. I will cancel the last action. Let's change the subcategory for these lines. Now the subcategory Doors Projection is set. Choose Elevation Swing Projection instead. Also, we need to adjust the value of the visible parameter for each pair of lines. For these two lines, we will match this parameter to the right opening. For the next two lines, we will match the visible parameter to the left opening. If we need to set up some different graphics of the opening symbols on the outer and inner sides of the door, then we should turn off the Draw in Foreground parameter for the lines that have already been created. Next, go to Back Elevation View and draw the same symbols, but set these lines to a different subcategory, so that you can set some different graphic parameters for two different subcategories. We also have to remove the Draw in Foreground checkbox for the lines on the back elevation. This parameter is responsible for the 2D symbol's permanent visibility over the 3D element. If the checkbox is on, then the lines will be visible both on the front and on the back side of the door panel. And if it's not, they will be visible only on the side where they have been placed inside of the family. Of course, if we have some kind of 3D object in the background. Let me remind you that in our case, the door panel is hidden at the coarse and the medium detail levels. According to such visibility settings, the opening symbols will be visible on both sides of the door, regardless of the Draw in Foreground checkbox. Therefore, if you need different line styles for outer and inner opening symbols, you need to turn on visibility of the door panel for all detail levels and, for example, turn off visibility of the door panel for the plan views for keeping hidden it on the plans. Let's save new version of our family.